Hey y'all, welcome back to Andy's Little Homestead. As I mentioned the other day when I built my homemade crane, I used up every single piece of lifting apparatus that I had on hand. That left me picking up logs with a tied up ratchet strap. I'm not exactly known for safety, but we gotta figure out something a little more practical. So I cut off the excess of the rope that I used to swing the boom around, and we're gonna turn it into a lifting sling. Basically, turn that into that. Knowing how to splice line is good, even if you're not trying to use a homemade crane. I'm sure if you felt like it, you could do some kind of Joanna Gaines crap with it too. Can you really have shiplap without having ship rope too? Let's get started. Step number one, wrap some duct tape around your line. This distance right here is the amount that's going to be spliced back into the rope. Step number two, you're going to unravel the rope down to your second piece of duct tape. Next up, it's helpful to wrap these ends, that way they don't fray. If it's cold and the duct tape adhesive is being uncooperative, take some fire to it. Basically acts like heat shrink. Next up, you're going to take your little tails and loop them back around. However big you want your eye to be, this is when you make it happen. And essentially, you just roll it out and you pick one. You just pick one spot to tuck one in and pull it through. Just like that. Doesn't really matter where the first one goes, as long as the other ones follow suit appropriately. So, we got the first one in. We'll tuck the second one in, pull it through, making sure it's nice and tight. And then the last one over and under the last splice. So basically from there, the individual strands are starting to work their way back down. There's one on each side. Each one has their own strand back in the original line that it's just going to go over and under and over and under and over and under all the way down. So now our splice is done. All we've got left to do is cut the ends off of this. It's synthetic line, so we'll be able to burn it and just kind of smoosh them in there and they won't come out. Take duct tape off and your splice is all done. Now this will hold tighter than, than the rope. The rope will break before this slips out. It's just too much friction. So we're going to put some hardware on the ends of these and we'll test it out. So I got a shackle and a hook for the one end, and I'm just leaving the large splice on the other end. It'll hold just like it is. Well, it's holding. Hasn't slipped at all. Obviously it's not the strongest, most durable type material in the whole world. But that rope was designed to stop a roofer from dying when they fall off a roof. So for lifting the static 500 to 600 pounds max that I got going on with these logs, it'll work just fine. Total cost on this one was $9 for the hook. I already had the shackle and obviously I already had the rope. The nice thing about it, as opposed to like a tow strap, is I can make it whatever length I want. If you get the chance, it's worth practicing. It's just kind of a cool thing to know how to do. As always, I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I love you and God bless.